seen for a very long time.
Yeah.
So
I think we can go right into it.
We're getting right into it. Definitely a very exciting match we have coming up.
Good luck, have fun to both players.
Good luck and fun to both.
Let's see.
Oh, TKI versus TKI, which, you know, makes sense for more traditional players. Vince already going for some janky S-spin triple setups.
Yeah, but Diao also going for the all spins.
Yeah, Diao has recently been learning a lot of all spins. I mean,
I think
a lot of people probably have seen his tutorials. I believe he's currently the world record holder for Supercharged, or at least very close to it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So,
I think he's really close to getting 400, actually. Like,
yeah, but however, Vince is currently the one with the humongous surge, building, like, just finding insane all spins while also going at 4 PPS.
Wait,
but Diao, you know...
Wait, that was a 30 surge break and Vince just survives?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh wait, yeah, I had it the wrong way.
It was Diao with the back-to-back.
Yep, okay, my bad.
That's a way to solve that. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I was about to say like that the Vince's board doesn't look that good, and yeah, just one cool spin in and you're out.
Yeah. Vince doesn't care. Vince is...
Oh, nice spike from Diao.
Vince does find something, but Diao's pressure is just a little bit too much. Yeah. I was mixing up the names at the start there. It's because I have the stream. Yeah. I have the stream open on the side and I'm watching on Tetria though, and it's the other way around on the stream, so I got mixed up on that one.
Okay, now Vince is building up the back-to-back this round.
Yeah.
But Diao is trying to at least keep up a little. Never mind, that's a surge break there.
I'm breaking Vince.
Okay, Vince breaks at 16. But Diao
doing
just
some
fine.
Yep. Cursed all spins, misdropping to break. Diao at the top, but is able to get out.
Cheese. But the cheese, look at the board. That's gonna take a while.
A while. I mean, I don't know if I call like 5 seconds a while, but you know.
I forgot how fast they are.
Yeah. I mean, Diao did also find a very nice combo.
That was beautiful outside.
Vince is doing something.
Alright.
I am not good enough at all spins to comment. Diao is sending a spike, as he does.
That was
a very nice... Oh no! Diao just caught off guard.
Oh.
It's like just, the S-piece just unfortunately blocking the I-piece, and
Vince finds a nice moment
to tie it up. And Diao also going for some for some all-spin openers. Gets a good well, and
nice spike there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when Diao gets good RNG, you just have to start playing. Like.
Oh yeah. There's not much you can do there.
I mean,
hoping for the around same level of down stack as Diao can get.
Yeah,
in order
pretty
to
much.
Just survive.
Diao breaking surge. Vince purposely going slow to be able to cancel it in time, and it seems to have worked. Diao very high up, but the garbage is clean enough that he is just out completely. Vince's stack actually kind of awkward right now. Manages to find some funky all spins to get out. The clutch clears. And
still alive. No, the James.
That was an insane survival, but just barely not insane enough. Oh yeah, we should also mention that we are actually on the winners bracket now for this match and the next one. So
definitely,
whoever loses is not eliminated just yet. So no matter who wins here, we will be seeing both of these players again for some later rounds.
Yeah.
Which is definitely very exciting. Both of these are a treat to watch. Diao for his just like overall insanely good, solid, creative playstyle, and Vince for, you know, whatever the hell these spins. I don't know.
I just saw a bunch of spikes that would kill anyone, and both players are just playing the game like nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Oh, that was so.
Diao maybe overcommitting to some spins, but Vince is Just not quite in time to be able to profit off of that. Forced to break because Diao sends just enough that Vince doesn't have a way to cancel while preserving back-to-back.
Yeah. Nice.
Now we're back to a, well, as neutral as the game state can be with these.
Oh, tiny bit of cheese on Vince's board.
Yeah. Vince
but
also making his own stack a little bit worse. To build some more back-to-back
from Vince.
Diao completely unfazed.
Yeah,
I mean, 18 is barely enough to be called a spike for these players, honestly.
Yeah, no, like...
It's like...
One board isn't enough to kill. You need to ascend at least 2.
Yeah. I mean, a well-timed 20 can definitely... Like, a well-timed smaller spike can definitely kill, but...
like, yeah, you need to be really strategic about those, like...
Yeah, like we saw with Turtle, perhaps. Turtle is definitely very good at timing them nicely, but these players tend to just overwhelm with sheer numbers. Because, yeah, like, mid-20 spike and it's just fine. Another 25 and it's just fine.
Yeah.
Like, Vince doesn't care. He's just, you know, everything's clean and he's sending back 16. Diao actually in a kind of awkward spot, but finds a nice J-spin to get out of it, and is now in clean 6-3.
Nice downstack from Diao there.
Vince has to rotate like 7 times to make that spin work, I guess. And now
but it's a solve, and it works.
Yep.
But yeah, if it wasn't for that misdrop, I think they'd be able to get out. But yeah, Diao with really nice pressure.
I mean, Vince was definitely had the tools to get out of that, but Diao's pressure is, well, it's a lot. Yeah, and if you give Diao room to breathe, well,
to be honest, any of these players, you give them room to breathe, and you are dead.
Yeah, absolutely. But Diao, you're like even more dead. It's
that's a lot of clean on Vince's board, but blocks it out with the SPs. Yeah, now both players are just sending a lot of clean to each other. Never mind, there is one block of cheese for Vince.
Yeah. But Vince has the third advantage, breaks it here.
Nothing happens on Vince's board.
Yeah, sends some clean to Diao, and now we're back in neutral. Vince's board having
Vince is
spiky.
just building the charge. This is just all spinning like crazy now.
Diao with the third advantage right now, though.
I mean, Diao, I'm sorry.
Yeah!
The players.
Well.
I did the same thing.
How could that ever happen? I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that. Vince, with a nice Z-spin triple, just sends barely enough to take Diao out, who was also in a pretty awkward situation and had a
that was a misdrop,
near the top.
Jay there didn't go where it was supposed to. But to be honest, even if it went where it was exactly supposed to go, I think there would be not that high of a chance of survival. There probably was a way to survive.
I mean, probably
and I think Vince would, Diao would be able to find it, but...
If it exists, probably, but I'm not sure if there was something. Vince had some nice surge here, but Diao was able to cancel. Is near the top with not too clean of the garbage, but is of course able to
what
find
happened
a way
on Vince's board?
Very quickly, and Vince
with misdropped like 3 pieces in a row.
Yeah, typical misdrop. This is what happens. Vince usually manages to get out of these, but sometimes it's too much for even him. That Vince with a
I would say against average player or someone like normal opponent, there would definitely be enough room to survive there, but...
but not these misdrops. Also not if Diao is going 5.3 PPS. Makes it difficult to do much of anything. Which, I mean, can't be too surprised about that one.
Diao once again building up the back-to-back.
A bit.
Yep.
Forcing Diao to break here, which is probably helpful. Vince has been going interestingly slow this entire set, I feel like. He is a former Sprint World Record holder, so he is definitely... You know, he definitely can be fast, but he looks to be having a more strategic approach overall.
Ooh,
for example, letting Diao break that Surge here so Diao can't tank Vince's defensive efforts. Which pays off as Vince is alive and also in a pretty decent position. Though Diao is also not looking too shabby.
32
Sending a
spike.
32 spike that just catches Vince off guard a little bit. And he is unable to find the defensive out. And Vince is up. Diao is up 8-2. Yep.
I just looked at the score and I'm like, this definitely doesn't feel like 2-8. Like these matches have been so close and both players are playing so well. Like the score doesn't tell the story.
It definitely doesn't.
That's a nice clean board for Vince.
Vince has just been sending so much, but Diao is just so good at surviving situations.
And
surviving Vince's spikes, and it's just so difficult to get a kill. But this spike, Diao is not immortal and not infallible, and Vince manages to take one more.
Yeah, that was 112 pieces, 120 attack.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what happens.
Vince with a small combo spike here. Diao, I mean, unsurprisingly unfazed. Vince with a big spike, but Diao manages to even keep back-to-back through it. Sends a 35. Vince is just completely clean though.
I think I just saw the spike number all going into canceling.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Vince
the misdrop!
misdrops the all. And that is that's death. That is devastating. Diao with no mercy.
I think I think that might have been the same situation like we had before, where I think it was the OSW with the color clear or all clear and
Vince,
then just
Vince just had no defensive resources, but this time Vince didn't even get the 5 sent from the all clear, which maybe would have been enough to live. I'm not sure. But yeah, Vince doing some typical all spins here into a pretty neat combo.
Surge break, but
Diao manages to cancel the cheese.
At all.
Yeah, Diao cancels the cheese, accepts the clean, and is now ready to go on a rampage.
Alright, 9 surge broken.
Vince
and now Vince with all the clean.
Off, though.
Yeah.
Finds some very nice spins here. Yeah, that S-spin triple light spin, I guess.
Vince now has the surge ready. Looking for the good opportunity to break it or build it up even more. Oh no, the misdrop for the STSD!
Wow, that is tragic. That the plan was to tuck the S piece in there, but misdrops the S piece, and that just leaves the board in a completely unsavable state. And Diao, of course, expecting a spike, gets the nice surprise and just a completely unfixable board, even for Vince, and is just, profits off of it and just is now at match point already.
Oh, and Vince now going really slow, like 3.3 PPS.
But of course, 15 surge to compensate. Misdropping over the wall, though, is forced to break as a result. And now
all the clean for Diao now.
Pretty bad spot. Diao chaining some TSTs. But Vince has enough clean garbage to make it out. But now that surge break is
the misdrop from Vince.
On Vince. And the misdrop definitely doesn't help. He is fighting.
Can he get out? So close.
Kind of, but the peace queue was just a bit too awkward for Vince. Really slow in question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince was striding there to get out, but the peace queue was just not doing him any favors.
I mean, I think maybe at some point I saw the Vince PPS starting with 2.
Yeah,
that's slow.
We can look